Hello. In our last class, we have discussed about the ideas of charging a body. I have told you there are three methods of charging: charging by friction, charging by conduction, and charging by induction. And we have discussed in detail each method of charging except charging by induction. I have very briefly discussed about the ideas of charging by induction. In this class, we'll try to understand charging by friction, charging by conduction, and charging by induction in some finer details. So we will learn the finer details of methods of charging in this class. See, before we understand the finer details of methods of charging, I just want you to understand what is meant by proceeding and what is meant by succeeding. See, proceeding is something which happens before. Suc- Succeeding is something which happens after. With these ideas, we will try to understand some finer details in charging by friction. See, I have told you an example where charging by friction is involved. When a glass rod is rubbed with silk cloth, we know that glass rod acquires positive charge and the silk cloth acquires negative charge. See, before rubbing the glass rod with silk cloth, glass rod was electrically neutral. Glass rod was electrically neutral, and silk cloth was also electrically neutral, isn't it? Before rubbing, both glass rod as well as silk cloth were electrically neutral, and hence the net charge on the system. What is the net charge on the system? Net charge on the system is equal to 0. Now, we'll see what happens after rubbing. After rubbing, we know that glass rod loses electrons. Glass rod loses electrons and becomes positively charged. If it has lost, say, 10 electrons, if the glass rod has lost 10 electrons, the glass rod must have acquired plus 10 E charge. And on the other hand, silk cloth gains electrons. See, this is after rubbing. After rubbing, silk cloth gains electrons. After gaining electrons, the silk cloth must become negatively charged. If it is negatively charged, it must have gained 10 electrons. Glass rod ಎಷ್ಟು electrons lose ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತದೋ silk cloth ಅಷ್ಟು electrons gain ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. So the charge on the silk cloth is minus 10. And what is the net charge on the system now? What is net charge on the system? The net charge on the system is again 0. Net charge ಅಂದ್ರೆ glass rod ಮತ್ತು silk cloth ಎರಡರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರೋದು ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ plus 10, silk cloth ಮೇಲೆ minus 10. So the net charge on the system is 0. So the charge before rubbing, the charge on the entire system before rubbing is equal to charge on the entire system after rubbing. So we can here note that charging by friction obeys conservation of charge. Conservation of charge, right? Charging by friction obeys conservation of charge. The charge on the system before rubbing is equal to charge on the system after rubbing. See, if the glass is losing 10 electrons, these 10 electrons are not actually destroyed. Glass rod 10 electron ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 10 electron destroy ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. Instead, all these 10 electrons are transferred to silk cloth. That's it. There is only transfer of charges. There is only transfer of charges between two bodies. There is no creation nor there is destruction of electric charges. Instead, there is only transfer of charges between two bodies. So we say charging by friction obeys law of conservation of charge. Right? This is one thing which you need to remember. And also, in case of charging by friction, we can write charging by friction precedes attraction. Charging by friction precedes attraction. ಏನು ಹೀಗಂದ್ರೆ ಚಾರ್ಜಿಂಗ್ ಬೈ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ precedes attraction ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. precedes ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ something which happens before ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎರಡು ಬಾಡಿ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಚಾರ್ಜಿಂಗ್ ಬೈ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, suppose we have a glass rod here and here is a silk rod. This is the situation before rubbing. Before rubbing, both are electrically neutral. Now, this is glass rod and this is silk cloth. And this is situation after rubbing. Now, if I bring glass rod and silk cloth together, what happens? The glass rod has got positive charge and the silk cloth has got negative charge. In glass rod away, it is positively charged, and here is silk cloth which is negatively charged. These two will attract each other. The glass rod and silk cloth attracts each other, isn't it? Because the glass rod has got positive charge and the silk cloth has got negative charge. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಈ ಎರಡು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎರಡು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ rubbed them together, ಅಂದ್ರೆ we had charged them by the method of friction. So we say charging by friction precedes attraction. ಎರಡು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಯಾವಾದ್ರೂ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದಾವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅವೆರಡು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಅವಾಗಷ್ಟೇ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ? ಯಾವ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಇಂದ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಬೈ ದ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. So we say charging by friction precedes attraction. I hope the idea of charging by friction preceding attraction is clear. After this, we will try to understand the finer details of charging by conduction. Charging by conduction, then some finer details. See, suppose I have an uncharged conductor here. This is an uncharged conductor. And I bring a positively charged conductor in contact with it. Suppose I bring a positively charged conductor in contact with it. We know what happens. A positively charged conductor or a positively charged body actually withdraws electron from uncharged body. Where there is withdrawal of electron, ಈ charging body ಏನದಲ್ಲ, charging body, this charging body is going to withdraw some electrons. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೀಗಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the charging body itself is positively charged. Charging body is positively charged. The body is said to be positively charged if it has deficiency of electrons. If it has deficiency of electrons, if rod ಏನದಲ್ಲ, this is positively charged. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ರಾಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅವೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗಷ್ಟೇ ಇದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. electrons always flow from higher concentration to lower concentration. ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, higher concentration to lower concentration. Right? Actually ಇಲ್ಲಿ electron concentration ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ uncharged body ಒಳಗೆ, ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಡಿಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಅದೇ. So electrons get transferred from uncharged body to the charging body, or we say the charging body is withdrawing some electrons from the uncharged body. As a result, this body acquires positive charge because the uncharged body is losing electrons. It acquires positive charge. ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದಾನೇ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಈ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತವೆ. ರೈಟ್? ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ can I now write charging by induction precedes repulsion. Charging by induction precedes repulsion. Suppose this is positively charged rod which was used for charging uncharged conductor. Once this positively charged rod was brought in contact with uncharged conductor, the uncharged conductor also gained positive charge. ಇವೆರಡನ್ನು ಹತ್ರ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? They both will repel each other. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ? ಲೈಕ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ repel each other. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇವೆರಡು ರಿಪೆಲ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇವೆರಡು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. By what method they were charged? They were charged by the method of conduction. Right? They were charged by the method of conduction. So charging by conduction precedes repulsion. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ರಿಪೆಲ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅವೆರಡು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ರಿಪೆಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು? They both must have like charges on them. How to get like charges on both the bodies antandre that can be done by the charging by conduction. So charging by conduction precedes repulsion. Similarly we can write charging by induction precedes attraction. ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಇದು ಹೇಗಂತ. Charging by induction precedes attraction. Try to think about it. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಎರಡು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಿಂಗ್ ಬೈ ಇಂಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. Both the bodies may be charged by the method of induction. Is this true? Try to think of it. Tell me your answer. Charging by induction precedes attraction. Tell me your answer whether this is true or not. Right? So we'll discuss more about electric charges and fields in our next class. Thank you.